these films unless you are guided. Join us for some to be decided.
Hello, and welcome to another fine episode of To Be Decided, part of Film Logic. I'm Mike. I'll be your comedian today. Please tip your hostess. And, plain food is kind of lame. What's the deal with it?
I don't know,
Wow.
Jerry. What is the deal with it?
Ah, darn, I didn't think I'd put him so hard. Folks, we're here we saw another Tubi movie, and we're going to talk about it. But first, my name's Mike, and who am I with today?
It's your boy, Adam.
It's your rat, Ivy.
It's your wolf, Vin.
All right, and welcome to Barnyard Movies.
It's like the K-pop groups that have like the animal alter ego stuffed animals. We have to do that for us. We have to sell plushies.
And all of our movies are zoo related. I like it. Yeah. Well, second question. Vic, it was your day. Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Well, why? Why indeed?
What, perhaps.
Revenge. That was
Revenge?
what. Yes. I needed to exact my own flavor of retribution for all of the movies that we've been seeing lately. All of the heavenly swords and the time after times and the love on a leashes. Good grief. So I found something that I thought would defy our conventional expectations. And I am very interested in seeing what you guys thought of it.
Great. And does this movie have a title, or is it too artsy for a title?
Oh no, it's just it's an onomatopoeia. It's the sound of one hand clapping. No, it is Me, Myself, and the Void.
Yes, on Tubi for free right now. And just to echo what Vic just said, yeah, we've been watching some horrible H.G. Wells adaptations, from Time After Time to what is it, War of the Worlds, to Love on a Leash. I can't even find that short story, but yeah, that joke never.
Wells period. Yeah,
he was in a weird headspace when he wrote that. But then you came out with something that, dare I say, I respect, which is great for my viewing, but maybe not good for a show that likes to flame on movies. We might be positive in this episode. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. Adam, you have some dangerous opinions, so you might be able to save the show.
I was gonna say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ready.
Well, anyways, can we have a director, some actors?
Yeah, absolutely. The leading actors are Jack DeSena and Chris W. Smith, also starring Kelly Marie Tran. And this was directed by...
Good luck pronouncing it.
Same as
okay. Tim
Houtkite.
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 Yes.
Yes. And yeah, if the voice of the leading character seems familiar to anyone,
Yes. It
yeah.
sounded like Patton Oswalt, and it was always jarring to hear the voice and not see
What?
Patton Oswalt.
What? Patton Oswalt?
He
What?
sounded like Patton Oswalt.
It, the
I could see
the
that.
guy who voiced Remy the Rat in Ratatouille?
Yeah.
I could see it.
How dare. How dare.
Well, finish that sentence because I feel like you're going to say something impressive.
Yeah. Don't no Avatar The Last Airbender fans here in the
Yeah.
chat?
Sokka? It's only
Sokka.
yeah,
Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
Mr.
a little,
Boomerang.
Mr. Boomerang.
and also a little show called The Dragon Prince. He plays
That's
Caleb.
right.
And he was a regular performer on All That. Is that the new season of All That? Because I only know the original cast.
A new season of all that.
Right.
I mean, he was
Well,
there
yeah,
for 35 episodes. He was there from 2000 to 2005.
Yeah. The new stuff is okay, but Keenan and Kel, you can't top that. But that's my other show, Nickelodeon Review.
I mean, how dare you leave out Amanda Bynes? But okay.
Yes. Yeah, so I don't know if we named the movie yet, but it's called Me, Myself, and the Void.
Yes.
Yes.
And
this I was just going to say this is all right. You go
sorry.
first.
Yeah,
it's your show.
I just wanted well, it's our show. Come on.
Mm-hmm. But it's your day.
Well, I came across this movie because I subscribed to the Chris and Jack YouTube channel. The two leading gentlemen, they have kind of like a YouTube sketch comedy channel together where they make a lot of stuff, a lot of funny stuff. And this movie, it kind of plays out like one of their sketches, but it does more than that. It definitely hits on some deeper themes, not just funny haha comedy type, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of where how I learned about this movie.
Yeah. Well, this movie was nominated for something called Festival Award, which sounds like a very generic award show. Something you'd make up if you were conning someone out of their money. But apparently it's real. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. I'll submit this to Festival Award at Movie Beach. Oh. So yeah, this was nominated Best Screenplay, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Kelly Marie Tran. Can we have to talk about her history, and Best Editing. And it won
cool.
Best Ensemble Cast at Festival Award.
Nice. Yeah, that title, that name just kind of throw me. It sounds like if Great Value had an award for art house indie films.
Wait,
It's like
wait a
almost
minute.
generic sounding.
No, I think it was called something else.
Yes. I'm getting more information. It's Film Quest.
Yeah, it was called Film
Okay.
Quest, and they just won half a festival.
Okay.
Also sounds really fake.
Yes. I'll believe Film Quest. So let's just skip right to the synopsis. Tell us about the story, Vic, so we can start chomping into this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a synopsis right here. Okay. Me, Myself, and the Void is a sci-fi comedy that plunges a struggling stand-up comedian named Jack into a mysterious void between life and death. When he wakes up, he's not in his apartment, but in a surreal theatrical space, and discovers his unconscious body lying on his bathroom floor. With the help of manifested versions of his best friend and ex-girlfriend, Jack must navigate his fragmented memories and confront his past mistakes to piece together how he ended up in this predicament. The clock is ticking, and if he can't figure out the truth and wake himself up, he may be trapped in the void forever. The film is a journey of self-discovery, blending witty dialogue and dark humor with a serious exploration of mental health and personal growth. In the movie, Me, Myself, and the Void, the ending reveals the truth behind Jack's predicament. As he pieces together his fractured memories, he realizes that his collapse was not an accident, but the result of an intentional overdose triggered by his feelings of failure and hopelessness. The Void is a manifestation of his subconscious, where he is forced to confront the mistakes he made in his life and the emotional baggage he's been carrying. With the help of the manifested versions of his friend and ex-girlfriend, Jack finally acknowledges his struggles, and in a final, climactic act, he makes the choice to fight for his life. The movie ends with Jack waking up in his bathroom, having survived the ordeal, ready to face his real life with a newfound understanding of himself and his relationships. The ending is not a magical fix, but an earned moment of self-acceptance and a new beginning for the character.
Amazing. So I'm gonna just say it right out there that I was pleasantly surprised by a good and appropriate use of budget and a dialogue and a plot that seems miles away from what we've seen in the past.
Mm.
And I
It
need
was
to
a
know,
cohesive piece of film.
yeah, I need to know if I like this film because of comparing it to what we've seen earlier on this show, or do I like this film as like a normal film that I'd actually go and see, maybe at the
Right.
artistic theater. So you guys got to help
Right.
me figure that out.
That's funny. I mean, Mike,
Well,
why don't you have your own thoughts and feelings?
Yeah.
Well, I come into this show with confusion, delusion, delirium, uh, and I don't really know what I've said until after I've hit publish.
Blackout, and then you re-listen to it and
And I'm
remember
like,
everything.
what? I liked what.
thinking thoughts is hard.
Yes. Well, no, I'm gonna say that like I'm perplexed by this movie because on one hand, it does feel like an off Broadway like indie play,
Yeah.
Right.
just because of the lack of set pieces and how simple the set pieces were. But it was one that I actually liked, and I actually like the pacing and the practicality of the special effects is like, okay, yeah, I this movie's earned my respect. There's no meth gators to ruin what we
Right.
have
Mm.
here.
No meth gators, no werewolf Santas.
Mhm.
Yeah. No cash storms.
I'll pass the mic to you guys. What did you guys think?
Well, uh, I mean, like you, I was pleasantly surprised by the
Mhm.
overall simplicity of the sets. I feel like, a well-constructed set, no matter how simple it might be, if put together
Mhm.
effectively, can tell a very compelling story. Um,
Mhm.
I as and in studying like film appreciation in college, I came across what is one of my favorite plays, No Exit by Jean-Paul Sartre. Um, it's been the inspiration for for a lot of like existential dread type stuff. Like it's got some. It's been compared to the YouTube series, The Amazing Digital Circus. Um, but basically, it's like a depiction of hell, but it's just three people in a room who can't stand each other. That's it. There's no like fire and brimstone or, uh, lava pits or, fire ants eating everything below their necks. It's just three people in a regular room just trying to put up with each other.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's what the very dark, the very it, felt very much like a void, the way that everything was sort of placed. Like you've got, like the doors not in walls, not in frames, just standing there.
Mhm.
Um, and then things sort of wink in and out of existence as Jack, tries to reconcile what, what his actions were, and, he's trying to figure out if he wants to keep going or not.
Mhm. Yeah, it was a talk piece, and
Mhm.
on the show we're not used to. Well, War of the Worlds technically was a talk piece. That was
It
a
was a
man talking to
very,
his computer.
talk piece. The talking
Yeah,
carried it a lot, which
I'll
isn't
say
saying
this.
much.
Yeah, this was a conversation piece. So the
Yeah.
whole story moved based on people telling stories,
Yeah.
mainly about the comedian and his life and him trying to recall why he was almost dying on the floor.
Mhm.
So
There was weight to the dialogue, which is something we're not used to. It
right,
wasn't just meaningless dialogue.
Mhm. Yeah, I'd for sure agree.
yeah, this movie is 100% character development as its substance. Um, Without it, like there's absolutely no script, no fight scenes to back it up, or no sci-fi, quirk.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, I think it also helps that, you know, Chris and Jack and Kelly, also the three of them, with their history of doing, sketch comedy and stuff together, they really, really played well off of each other. Like all the wit was just
Yeah.
on point.
Yeah, emotional chemistry definitely present in there, and
Mhm.
that's hard to do on low budget studio films.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, can we just talk about uh, Kelly? Star Wars career, easily the eighth best female in Star Wars. Easily. Don't ask me
Hey.
to name the other 7.
Hey,
Dang.
that's high price. That's high praise.
Yeah. There are a lot of women in Star Wars, so yes, that is still pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
hello, Natalie Portman. She's up there with them.
Oh,
With her.
okay.
Yeah.
Now I know 2. I was hoping you guys would fill in the other 7, but
Size noodles.
yes.
That's
I don't know,
crazy.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. Yeah. It, like, I imagined, like, that would have been, she would have been expensive to get. Like, she'd be the highest thing on the budget for this movie. Would I be wrong in saying that?
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I felt like she was their, like, star power for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean the fact that she's there with them. Again, these are all people who know each other professionally. It's not like
Oh, okay. So it's they know a guy, kind of.
yeah. Well, they've all acted together on the Chris and Jack YouTube channel.
Because
So
I imagine this, like, the director saying, "Please, please, 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 I love Star Wars. We need a female. I mean, can
Natalie
you
Portman's
please
a little
be in a?"
busy.
Yes. Carrie Fisher won't get back to me. Um,
well, she's not going to because she's dead, unfortunately.
She's not returning my calls, guys.
uh, yeah. So I imagine that, like, they got like a loan separate just to get Kelly,
Yeah.
and they're
Either
still
that or
paying it off
like
now.
Chris and Jack cashed in a huge favor.
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
Do you think she was, like, arrogant? Like, I was on Star Wars, you know? I'm the most important person on this set right now, gentlemen.
You're in 2 Star Wars movies, and now
Yes. Because I would if I was on Star Wars, I'd be like, yeah, I'm too
yeah,
good for everything.
you'd quit the podcast.
Yes. I was
Well,
on Star
they
Wars,
were
guys.
sequel trilogy movies, so you know.
Yeah,
You
you lose a
know.
little bit of bragging rights.
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah, no, I think it's interesting that you brought up that the fact that they were at least the 2 main fellas, Jack and Chris, were on a YouTube channel together, because that's kind of what this felt like to me. It felt like an extended. I couldn't put my finger on it, but it did feel like an extended YouTube video in terms of its, like, how it was
Yeah,
written and its pacing and kind of the risks that they took with um some of the camera shots and angles that they used. It definitely felt more YouTubey community,
Mm.
and not in a bad way, community theater kind of, like, yeah, they took some cool risks that a film studio probably wouldn't use. But um yeah, I think it was very cool. Yeah, it kind of gave me, like, yeah. Now that you mentioned that they were on YouTube, I was like, oh yeah, I can see that. I could see that
Mhm.
for sure.
Do do we know how far this was distributed? Like, was this in theaters, straight to DVD?
I have no idea.
Um hmm.
it was probably like a limited release type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably got, in a few theaters for like a week or so.
Yeah,
Yeah. Adam
Yeah.
and I have an artsy theater. Um, prides itself on the indie films. And I could imagine that there.
Oh, apparently it was it came out first obviously at the film festivals and then it just hit the internet. So
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
It won all those festival awards.
Someone had to.
yeah.
Now, I don't mean this in a negative way at all. My
Oh no.
cousin. Okay, I preface that.
Well, we're not
This
negative on this show.
no. This feels like someone's film thesis, like in which I agree they should have gotten the A+ on. I liken it to, I have a cousin, his name's Sam, and he works. He was on the show once. He was telling us how the trailer business works. And I remember going to his film thesis for the film school in New York, and it kind of had like the same energy, and the same ambition. So
yeah.
I could definitely.
Yeah, I don't really have. Yeah.
I could see that this could have been the director's thesis piece.
yeah, this is for 40% of your grade.
Yeah, I don't really have anything like negative to say because like it's not the kind of movie where you can like trash on it really. My one like criticism, I guess, that isn't just like a personal opinion but like a criticism, I don't like the soundtrack, like the score, if that makes sense, because like we said, it's very like small set pieces and like small scale and kind of liminal, and the soundtrack, it sounds like this like a stock generic soundtrack you would get for like an action movie or like a super, like there's a lot of like big music stings and like big like music that doesn't seem
Mm-hmm.
to fit the scale of just like two guys standing in a half empty room, staring at a body,
Yeah.
so that made it feel cheaper to me than just letting it be kind of like having no soundtrack or having a very like subtle soundtrack. uh Again, like I can't really like trash it. Just for me personally, it didn't really stand out. uh could see what it was doing and I liked the message and everything. It was just a little longer than it needed to be for the concept and a little boring,
Oh,
and I didn't think that it was very funny in the
Yeah.
sense that like obviously like I don't think his stand up is like supposed to be funny, but even the scenes that you felt like were supposed to be funny, the humor didn't really hit. It kind of just felt like millennials trying to be funny for younger people or something, and it
Yeah.
just didn't really click for me. But of course I have like spinal tap brain rot, so I don't know what's funny to me anymore. Um,
mm-hmm.
but
Congratulations
yeah,
on
it
the new
was a
sequel.
thank you. Yes, thank you. Opening night. Uh, um, but yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It just wasn't a movie for me.
No, that's
So,
fair.
Yeah.
well, I, on the other hand, I felt like, I was like doing something fancy, like
Mhm.
something, I need to take, my lady out to the theater. We're going to see the fine art of the existential Jack de centerpiece. It's 4 stars in the playbill. And so, I appreciated feeling that kind of sophistication in the movie. But yeah, like we're on this podcast, we're used to like crazy gambles and like just like weird stunts.
Mhm.
And this movie, like, it's probably my greatest criticism is it like it follows too much what film schools teach. Like it's
How?
showing that it's educated and it's not being wild and free and stupid like what we're used to.
How?
How?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Well, just like the the tight editing, you could tell that they were trying to vary the shots. The acting was like professional but not over the top.
Mm.
I mean, as a
Yeah, I know
comedian,
what you mean.
I think this guy, I would never watch his act. You know, I I
It
think
is
yeah.
kind of like I'd say that it sort of toes a line between between like generic funny haha type humor, like joke setup A plus punchline B equals joke C, and a little bit of deadpan humor because when Jack first wakes up in the void and he summons his best friend, they're trying to figure out why he might have died, and Chris is like, I don't know, well, how was your life up to now? And Jack's like, oh, 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the one line that stuck out to me. I was like, that was funny. If the delivery was like a little different, like that was a really funny line.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do like there's this running joke where whatever reality they establish, they're just like cool with and they don't question. Well, like that's you on the floor. I might be dead. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. It's just like it's so casual to hear the next science fiction part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen several movies lately that have sparked this like thought in me where it's like there's two kinds of movies. There's movies that are just like normal movies and they have, even if there's something, not realistic in the plot, they just play it very straight and it's like just a well-made, movie. And then there's movies that know that the subject matter of what they're playing with is so weird that they just kind of go balls to the wall with it and just make it like really weird and like experimental in its form. And that's where that can like make or break a movie if you do it wrong. Like there's
Mm.
movies I think that have that like weird like, oh, we're going to do weird editing and weird scenes and that
Mhm.
ruins a movie. And then
Yeah.
there's movies that play it so straight with a really weird plot that ruins it. And it's like
Yeah.
you should have just made this really weird and vague and like, Lynchian and, weird, and that would have actually helped it.
Mhm.
And this is one of those cases, I think, where if it was a little more, like it played more into the like abstract parts of it, it actually
Mhm.
would have been a more insightful, entertaining film and story rather than it
Yeah.
just trying to feel like, a cast of few, played straight, like play type deal, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Make it weird. I like weird.
Mhm.
Right.
Weird is my bread and butter.
Was was anyone eager to know about the who done it? I mean, this is a mystery movie where we
Right.
receive clues, and then there's even a red herring about like a purple room um, with the
Hmm.
drug dealer roommate.
Yeah. Yeah, that it was. I kind of found myself, sort of playing the game along with them.
Yeah.
Although as soon as uh, Jack and his ex girlfriend, they had that exchange outside his car, and he's talking about, oh, these are my Xanax, and
Oh, you mean
well,
the
you better
Chekhov's
take care of
gun?
those. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Chekhov's gun. It's
Yeah.
Jack's
Foreshadow
pills.
I
the
thought
max.
his
Mhm.
friend did it. I was certain it was his friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not the shrooms dealer.
hmm.
No, the
It was
the other
Chris.
guy that was in the yeah,
No.
Mhm.
They.
because he was a little
Interesting
too helpful. I
hypothesis.
thought.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was like too helpful and too like eager to be part of it, and I was like, nah, he's trying to like punish him or something.
Ulterior
Yeah.
motives.
But
Yeah,
at the
Hmm.
same time, these were all mental constructions of who he thought his friends would be like. So that was weird. That
Mhm.
that was like the big reveal is like the way you're thinking about your friends are and how they view you are not like that at all.
Mhm.
They
Hmm.
actually kind of resent you and think you're a jerk, and you know you're because you're a jerk.
Yeah.
I guess I missed that part because I thought they were really like in a void with him.
Well, he makes a mention. He says like, "Oh, you're my mental projections. Like you brought me here."
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like, he sort of idealized his friends at first when he
yeah,
sort of summoned them into the void, like, yeah, you're my best friend, you're my ride or die, we do everything together, there's nothing
yeah,
I wouldn't trust you with. And then, you know when Jack starts putting more of the pieces together, he his psyche just kind of starts breaking down, and that's when
yeah,
his projection of Chris sort of, kind of fades out on him.
yeah. Then he has to realize that he also makes mistakes as a person
Mm.
in friendships.
Right. I mean, I think the big reveal is like it's all your fault that no one likes you. Um, and you know, one of the themes is he makes fun of counseling and how
Yeah.
stupid it is, and he doesn't need it, and he's glad it works for everyone else, but like in the end, he knows like, oh, well, maybe I could have benefited from a few counseling sessions, and
Well, therapy in this
yeah,
economy.
right. BetterHelp.com.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yes.
Wild.
So, who is brave enough to go in their roommate's drug room and just slam the first mushroom you see?
Not me.
Because that is
Especially a roommate that you already suspect might be like a murderer or something.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, like you walk in the room, oh, wow. There's mushrooms in a bag. Oh, wow. There's a Glock on the counter. Hey, want to do shrooms? Want to violate this guy's
Sure.
privacy some more?
yeah. And the like they try to set it up that like he even has a flashback where he thinks that the roommate shot him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I thought for sure that was it. Like, oh, and I was kind of disappointed. I'm glad that wasn't the case, but the roommates like his excuses for those things were like the lamest excuses. Like, oh, I'm holding it for a friend, and it turns out it's true. It's not just that lie you tell when you don't want anyone on your trail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
or
plausible deniability at the very
yeah.
least.
I mean, I would never hold any of your guys' drugs. I'm sorry.
You're not
You
getting
have
any of
Okay.
my
houses.
drugs.
You all have houses, and you can hold your own drugs.
A house in this economy?
Drugs in this economy?
Holding in this economy?
Yes.
Voids in this economy?
So, Adam,
That's me.
did you have a chance to look up any reviews on this?
Oh, I thought I was gonna get my turn to talk about how I felt about it.
Oh, please. Gosh,
Oh.
maybe I'm
Oh,
the
no.
jerk in this relationship.
No, he'll build up terrible versions of us in his mind.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
no, fire away.
Oh, thank you. I shall. Um, I think on a scale of like a Marriage Story being like a 10 in the movie, but it's set up like a stage play sort of scale, you know what I mean? So if, Marriage Story is like a 10 and, The Room is like a 1, I
Mm-hmm,
think this movie perfectly encapsulates what it means to be like a 6.5, 7. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
And I do think this is different than a lot of the other stuff that we watch because um I watched this movie not with like an expectation of it being terrible and like it actually being worthy of critique as opposed to like, War of the Worlds,
right,
Right.
which is a massive compliment for this show. I mean, we've seen some real
right.
stinkers. Um but yeah, no, I think you guys hit on a lot of the points. I think I did think that some of the dialogue kind of just like in the writing just kind of dragged. I don't think I was necessarily um I don't think I was like wowed by it, you know what I mean? Like nothing was like,
Yeah,
oh wow,
right.
that was really great writing, or the plot is like really cool. It kind of let's see, what did I write? I I wrote something really incendiary, but I don't know if I necessarily stand by it. Um but I wrote this movie was like if the Christmas Carol was written by a team made up of Dane Cook, Michael Bay, Jordan Peterson, and a sentient pair of cargo shorts.
Whoa.
Um,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How dare you bring Michael Bay into this?
Honestly,
uh,
that
I
sounds
mean,
like
everything
that
else
would
is
turn
fine,
out an
but
even better movie.
maybe. I also, yeah. I mean, it just like for me, it didn't feel like Jack really fundamentally changed much as a person throughout. He just is kind of like
Mm,
a dude bro throughout, and like he holds not only like these imaginary he holds like the imaginary personas, I guess, of his friends and us, the audience, emotionally captive the entire movie. Where it just like the whole movie is him deflecting blame from himself, and then even at like the end with his like big cathartic moment, it's only because he almost dies as opposed to him feeling guilt. You know what I mean?
right.
um and like he like writes this like letter to his ex-girlfriend and being like, I'm working on myself, I don't even know if you're reading this, whatever, and he just kind of like is emotionally blackmailing her. you know I don't know, it felt weird to me. I don't know, it just felt like he
It was like
was. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, he goes through a lot, but he doesn't really show a lot of range in like his emotion or his acting. He's always just kind of like again, like being a dude bro or just like being upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and there's not a moment where he kind of like breaks down and like,
Mm-hmm.
feels genuinely like sad
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
anything. He's just kind of like, oh man,
Yeah.
that was weird. I should
Yeah.
change. And then
Yeah.
roll credits.
Right. And he doesn't like he apologizes, but in a way that like I don't know. It's like he doesn't apologize because he thinks he's wrong. He apologizes because he thinks he should apologize because he had a near death
Yeah.
experience. And
Mhm.
it's hard to say it was such a small snapshot of this character's life, like maybe he does get to the point, but it just feels kind of like emotionally manipulative, especially when he's in the ambulance and he's like, hey, I know you like muted me, but I'm sorry. I need you to know that I'm sorry. As you're like dying in the back of this ambulance and you're talking to this guy that you haven't really talked to, and you like ruined his relationship. Like it just
Mhm.
like felt like he was holding him emotionally hostage, and you're like, what is he? What is his friend supposed to say? You know?
I feel like it could have been more impactful if he went through like the realization and the changes while it was still like a mystery how he was like passed out on the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like
Mhm.
then he goes through changes and then he realizes it was because, he like overdosed.
Right.
Yeah.
Because after that, it feels a little like he's only doing this to save his own life, again, not because he
Yeah.
really feels bad.
Yeah. Well, he had to realize he hated himself. And I think,
Right.
that's the Bruce Willis was dead the whole time moment in this movie,
Mhm.
is that he was like, "Oh, I hate myself, and that's why I'm on this floor, and I take it out on my friends." I I kind of appreciated that it wasn't like, crying and anger and, over the top. It's kind of
Yeah.
like when your friends confront you, you're like, dude, back, you were being a jerk, when we went to that place over there, and you're like, oh, I didn't, sorry. It
Yeah.
kind of had that kind of energy to it,
Yeah.
uh, which is like, I can relate to that energy, um, as opposed to
Yeah.
the no Christmas spirit, give me one more chance.
Yeah, and I mean, I also wasn't the biggest fan, I think, of how all the women were written and portrayed in the story. It just kind of felt like
Yeah.
they all were the bad guy. Like each female character was always uh I don't want to say that they had it coming to them, but like Kelly Marie Tran's character, like they just didn't they didn't feel like they were portrayed sympathetically. Like I think the best way I can describe it was like his like Kelly Marie Tran's like best friend or whatever, Tanya or whatever,
Hmm.
showing up,
Yeah.
even though she was like totally in the right for like calling him out on like being a jerk. It like the movie just kind of characterized her as like, hey, get a load of this doofus. Like, why is this like, she's really mean, huh,
Right.
guys? um and or um like Chris's wife or fiance or whatever, like she was like, hey, like that was like genuinely my like the worst moment of my life, and we made it in your friend made it into a joke. And then Jack was like, yeah, and it was really funny, and he wasn't like he was apologetic to his friend that he like lost his friend, but he wasn't apologetic for what like he said or did because he believed it was true. You know what I mean?
Well,
Right.
he did change detail of the story. Like
I mean, that doesn't
she
make it
threw a crock
okay.
pot at him, but he changed it to a rice cooker.
Right. She hit me, she hit me with a golf club and it was a baseball bat.
Yeah.
I mean, it like I think it's less about that and more
Yeah,
so the fact that he
nuance.
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like he like took his friend's like worst moments, made it a joke, told it in front of everybody, and then like didn't really apologize about that. And he was just more upset that his friend didn't like him anymore, as opposed to him being a massive jerk to his fiance.
Right.
Well, I think what the movie was trying to do, it was trying to say, like, he had all these beliefs about these women, like, oh, this person, Kelly she's a codependent, like, whack job, and like that's what he said to her. And then it shows another flashback where he realizes that she's not being codependent. He's projecting that he was the one who's maybe codependent, and he was projecting it on her, and she just kind of genuinely cared. I don't know if they showed that correctly, but like
Yeah.
I could see that they wanted you to change your opinion about the women, at least.
No, that's
Yeah.
definitely something that I noticed. Especially when we sort of get the reveal in the third act that like we I think we all assume that when Jack broke up with his girlfriend, that she was all pissed off and she kicked him out, when in reality he left.
Right.
Like he was
Right.
like, I can't do this, I'm done, bye.
Yeah. Also,
Right.
in terms of how many days went by, like I couldn't tell if the flashbacks were all one day, like all that happened in a day, or if
Yeah.
it was like 3 different date nights, or it was hard to tell. I'm like,
Oh
so
yeah.
is
Yeah.
this where he gets
Well,
murdered?
they had
And
the gag where it's like, oh wait, you're wearing the same thing that you were wearing. Yeah, I don't have a lot of clothes. It's kind of weird. The same thing,
Yeah.
more than a few days, or whatever, something to that effect. But yeah, they do make a bit out of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we, we didn't even talk about Anna and that whole mess,
Yeah.
because I think again she's kind of like characterized as like, I don't know, the Cersei of the movie for lack of a better
is, she,
comp.
Oh.
is she the homewrecker? Was she like they tried to make her like the side hustle, but
Right.
then it turns out that she was just like a good friend, and
I mean,
I don't know, maybe
they were hooking up.
they were, or I got the impression that they were just
Not
being
really.
I
friendly.
Just
think
kind of. It's kind of hang. I mean, they like made out a bit. They had some intimacy. I mean,
She says
I'm
that.
yeah.
She's like, when she goes to hide, she's like, "This is the guy I'm hooking up with," and she like goes into
no, I
room.
thought she said, "I can't believe I'm doing this for someone I didn't even hook up with."
Maybe I misunderstood it, but I mean, either way,
Yeah.
So
um,
did
I
he?
think it's just a broader issue in the movie of like almost everyone being like kind of one dimensional and just
yeah,
being there, even in flashbacks, not just his mind, to serve one purpose, to
yeah,
drive a point for the scene and not feel like he's having interactions with other like human beings. They're just there for like him in the story.
yeah. I just think for a movie with its runtime,
Mhm.
it spent a lot of time being like, I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. I am a bad person. Deathbed confession. 2 seconds, I'm better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then,
because it was like that, it didn't there wasn't like there was no catharsis, and it didn't feel like there was genuine change, because it felt like as the change was happening, credits were rolling.
yeah, and the fact that all he texted was sorry, like that
Yeah,
that was supposed to be the sacrifice. Like instead of like calling 911, he texts sorry to Kelly. And like she's totally won over. Like from that one word, she's like, "Oh my gosh, he's repented. You know, he's on a track of healing now, and like I can totally forgive him based on that one word." When in reality, like you would need to like write pages and text and text and text.
I will admit, you know, it was that between the text um and the letter that he writes to his ex later. I mean, those two things, they kind of do a lot of heavy lifting at the end, where we're
Oh yeah.
sort of just sort of expected to believe that this was his epiphany. This is, you know, the character getting his life back on track. You know, the sort of, you know, the bringing it back to Charles Dickens, you know, the Scrooge getting his heart back and his compassion, you know, kind of
Mm-hmm.
moment. I mean, sort of compare this more to like a Tennessee Williams kind of play, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I would agree with that criticism where parts of the ending do feel a little rushed, a little haphazardly stitched together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a part of me was thinking, like, come on, guys, you got to land this plane. Who did it?
Mm-hmm.
Why did they do it? You know, and why? You know, why should I be invested?
Right.
Okay, all right, it's a suicide story. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was Jack all along.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Yeah, I just think it was like I don't think they did a good job of necessarily conveying a jump in time. Because I don't know about you, but I read it. It just felt like the tone of the movie made it feel like, oh, this is a week later.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
Well,
if it
time is
was in
very
like
fluid in the mind, I feel.
yeah, like I think if it was like, hey, like I've been 3 months into therapy and like I've been it just I don't know. It just didn't feel like it showed him doing the emotional work of, like unpacking his emotional baggage. And, maybe, and it felt like with a letter like that just being sent, it just felt like he was unloading it all on her. He's like, look at all this work I've done. I've forgiven you and I forgive myself. Here you go. And you're like, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
again, the letter sequence, it does do a lot
Yeah,
of heavy lifting
yeah.
at the
I
end.
mean, I think they
I admit
wanted it
it's
to show.
kind of lazy writing
Yeah,
if I'm being brutally honest about it.
yeah. I feel like they had to land the plane.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
they had to get to the moral of the story is, you know, don't be a jerk to your friends.
Yeah. Don't be a jerk and do drugs responsibly.
But
Don't mix your Xanax with alcohol.
I mean, it was only an hour
Also,
ago I learned that this person was on the original cast of All That. And now I can't help but think that all his acting was training from being on Nickelodeon's Snick, All That. Like, and I can see it now. Like, it's like, yeah, you were classically trained by Nickelodeon.
Mm.
I don't know if I should be impressed by
classically
that.
trained.
You were classically trained a little bit.
Crazy.
I mean, it is. All That is a classic.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean that they've outshined SNL
Hmm.
more than I can count.
It's firmly rooted in the millennial zeitgeist.
Yeah, and it
And
also makes you think.
here I thought his biggest claim to fame was, Avatar: The Last Airbender. You know,
Well,
Sokka, the haiku creating, boomerang throwing, best friend.
well, here's the trajectory. If you're on SNL, you're going to be the next Adam Sandler or Andy Samberg. But if you're on all that, you're eventually going to be on
On SNL.
Avatar, or maybe one person, or you're going to be on Me, Myself, and the Void with the eighth greatest Star Wars female lead.
That's crazy.
Yes, I mean I think that's the highest aspiration. Well, minus Keenan, who is an amazing part of SNL. Probably one of the few reasons to keep watching it.
Hmm. Yeah, probably him and Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, Fluffy got his start on all that as well. Real powerful nexus point. All that.
mhm. Yeah. All that is a wonderful show, and I hope that's what you get from all this film criticism. If you don't
Yeah.
have Paramount Plus, well, you're being wise with your money.
Hmm.
But if you do, you should see all that.
I just spent an hour-long commercial for all that.
Yeah.
No. Please see Me, Myself, and the Void. We need more discussions around this movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you, the viewer, think of it?
Yes. And let's transition
Ooh.
to the one thing we liked about this movie. Unless Adam, do you have any wild reviews from IMDb?
No, I mean most of the reviews are pretty tame on this one. I don't feel like this movie was very divisive.
Right.
I.e. Rage Beatty.
um, I mean, there was one that I think was like kind of um interesting where let's see, where is it? I don't even know. I'm not even all that interested.
Hmm. Someone
uh
just saying she didn't use the force once. I want my money back.
yeah. I found it. From Carrie O'Shea. Tearing a hole in space time purely to indulge a narcissist is bound to be divisive, and so it turns out to be. And I think that's. I mean, that was a small clip from a general review, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's yeah. I think that's the spiciest review I could find.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, now, usually the next part where we talk about something good about this film,
Yeah.
the one thing we liked, usually we're all tongue in cheek, but dare I say we might have some honest, good things we like about this movie.
Do I detect incoming sincerity?
I know we're not used to that. I'll go first. I'll say,
Yeah.
um, I liked we didn't talk about this, but the beginning had like the home movie flashbacks of the comedian
Yeah.
growing up, and I thought that was kind of cool. Like that's like a cool way
Yeah.
to get everyone up to speed. And that kind of made me
Yeah.
like, oh, is this going to be a real movie?
Was it?
It turned out to be a real movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real movie. Wow.
It was a movie.
All right, who wants to go next? Something you liked about this film.
Well, I'm just gonna.
Go.
Okay. I'm just gonna, go ahead and just, really, really call out the dynamic that Chris and Jack have together. I mean, it's something that they've cultivated for like I don't even know how many years doing a YouTube channel together. I mean, it. I mean, they're such best friends. I mean, it's clear to see. It's not just a bit that they do, but
Right.
they're genuinely you know they're each other's best friend. To the point where I mean, these guys created a whole like fandom holiday out of the ether. I mean, July 6th Park? Anyone?
July 6 Park?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes, the July 6th, the day that you watch the Jurassic Park movies and eat dino nuggies and
Oh, I didn't know
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that.
It
Oh
kind of
man.
yeah, I mean it just like started out as like a bit that they did for one of their videos and then just it sort of like got traction and there's people who still celebrate and post about July 6th Park whenever it comes around.
Really just rolls off the tongue.
Indeed.
Yes. Ivy, what did you like about this movie?
Um, um, oh gosh.
That's not a good sign.
Hmm.
I
We
I
pay
didn't really put
Comcast
thought.
10 cents a second.
Yeah. Um, uh, I didn't put thought into this question beforehand, and
Well,
now I'm scared because I don't have an answer.
well, you see, all of our movies, we've always had an answer, whether sarcastic or we just
Right?
have a sick love for what we've presented. So I can understand that you're like, oh my gosh, I have to be honest for the first time in
I
my
guess
life.
I guess the funniest performance in the movie was probably the roommate,
Yeah,
like the weird one.
Bob.
yeah.
hmm
The
Yeah.
Yeah.
botanist.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep. He
And
added a little
yep.
spice.
Yeah,
Some like
that's my answer.
uncomfortable intrigue.
Mhm. Uh, and Adam, what did you like about this movie? What redeemed it a little?
What redeemed it? I mean, I think once again, Kelly Marie Tran is able to make a feast out of some famine. I think she's definitely a bright spot for me in the movie, and I think she's super talented, and I hope she gets roles.
Well, you can see her as the lead voice in Raya and the Dragon, a
True.
much forgotten Disney film.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Which I feel like is also pretty underrated, but um
Yeah. Yeah.
I, I feel like there might have been a lot of Star Wars fans who are being like, you broke up with a Star Wars actress? Like, I don't care what she's doing. You stay. You'll never get a chance like this.
I mean, that's
True.
not his like real life girlfriend or anything. I mean, Jack the Son
Right.
is married. He's married.
True.
He's got like
To the
at least
game.
one kid, and well, he's actually married to a person also.
To the game. He's married to the game.
I don't know why I bring you here.
Right.
Do you think during their dinner time he tells all that stories to his kids?
They were dancing lobsters.
Yeah. We had Snoop Dogg on our first episode before he was known for doing heavy drugs. Uh, well, okay. Getting the train back on the track, we got to ask the question.
Yes.
Is this to be the greatest, to be
Mm.
enjoyed,
Oh.
to be avoided, or
Mm.
to be forgotten?
Oh.
Adam, we'll go first with you.
Oh, I get to go first? Delightful.
Yes, we're gonna tear the Band-Aid right off.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's worth watching. I think it's good. It's weird because it's not like I said at the top of the pod. I don't think this was. I graded this on a totally different scale than the usual tripe we watch. Like I genuinely
Right.
think this movie is worthy of critique and worthy of like watching. So yeah, definitely give it a go. And yeah, especially if you love indie movies, indie theater. Yeah, especially I think it really shows what you can get done with a cast that's really talented and a shoestring budget and a dream. So yeah, definitely give it a go.
Okay, awesome. Ivy, what do you give this?
I would probably say To Be Forgotten because I've already forgotten most of it,
Spicy.
and I'm not going to think about it ever again.
Yeah.
Not because
Oh.
it's like
Yeah.
trash, just because it's just like, okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't think it really. I don't know. It doesn't leave you feeling, some kind of way. Like at least with, what was it? The War of the Worlds. You were angry.
Yeah. No
This
one's
one,
gonna forget that movie.
like it made you too mad to be angry. I think this movie was just like it was good. It was fine, cool.
Yeah.
But
You
I
know.
Like, thumbs
again,
up. Yeah.
yeah, but especially if you had like no connection to it. But I think if you are a fan of, I don't want to steal anyone's thunder here, but yeah, I don't think anyone outside of a massive fan of this group of actors is going to be like, oh, this is super memorable. This is really cool.
Yeah. I'm
Sorry.
gonna say, yeah, that's a great take. I'm gonna say it's to be enjoyed for me, though I feel like in terms of quality, it should be the greatest, but it's not Tubi's greatest.
Oh,
Tubi's greatest, it comes with its own vibe, its own flavor,
yeah,
its own
yeah,
culture. And Don't Mess with Grandma will always be
yeah.
Tubi's greatest.
Exactly. Hey, that's what I'm saying.
You ain't
That's what
wrong,
I'm
brother.
saying.
You ain't wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
You know,
this movie is like too good to be on Tubi.
right. This is something you find in like Film Rise. Does anyone have
Yeah,
a subscription to Film Rise or the Sundance streaming channel? Like you'll find
right.
it there.
Yeah.
But when you're on Tubi, you want to watch. There's a show I keep seeing, or a movie I keep seeing on Tubi that I'm so like morbidly curious about. It's called The Lesbian Homie. That's what you get on
No.
Tubi.
Yeah.
If that's not our next movie, I don't know what it is.
So guys, I'm next. But no. So yeah, to be enjoyed, but not because of Tubi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vic,
It's almost too
what did
good
you
for
rate this?
Tubi.
Yeah.
You
No, it
know,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. I want to try to give a fair assessment. You know, I want to like keep my fan glasses off and give a fair assessment. I believe that this movie is to be enjoyed, and it stops just like a step before to be the greatest,
Mm-hmm.
because it does a lot with a little.
Mm.
Its
Yeah.
Yeah.
simplicity is it's its own strength and its own weakness. Again, this
Mhm.
is this is no, Streetcar Named Desire. Um
What is really? I mean,
just that. Streetcar Named Desire. Only Tennessee Williams could tell you that. Um but yeah, again, parts of it seemed a little rushed, like again, they had to wrap up the third act. They couldn't take like another 20-30 minutes to, really show any kind of like growth that Jack might have had after he came out on the other side of his near death experience. Um but for people who enjoy, a witty banter and a simple but oddly compelling story, this is definitely the one for you to see. And
Yeah.
I really hope that, that more people do discover this movie and discover, Chris and Jack more, because they're actually very talented.
Mhm.
Okay, my fan glasses might have slipped back on my head, but this was my pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're entitled to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I for one, next time is my pick, and I believe we need to get back on the Tubi track. So thank you, Vic, for trying to make us smarter, better, more respectful, and more insightful people. But that is inappropriate for this show. So
That propaganda
Yeah.
won't work here.
Yeah, stop trying to introduce culture to the show.
yeah, consider yourself warned. If I see another smart movie from you again that I might enjoy, there will be
Oh,
consequences.
I'm sorry. Have we reached our quota for culture for the year?
We might
you're
have.
getting you're getting dangerously close.
You're on thin ice.
No, I'm glad that we can have such a weird mix, because that is Tubi culture. It's like you can get Oscar on one hand, you can get the next film indie rise movie, and you can get everything in between.
Yeah, like
Like
hundreds of beavers.
yeah,
Whatever that is.
right.
Okay, now
Like
I'm intrigued.
I've heard that's really good. So
mhm.
That sounds like
and
something directed by Les Claypool.
I clicked on it on Tubi, and the opening the opening title card says, "Lord grant me chastity, but not yet." That's the title scroll. I know. Anyways, that's not what this podcast is about. Land the plane, Mike. But land the plane.
all right. Well, I forgot to mention this movie got a 6.2 on IMDb, which puts it right underneath our other favorite movie, the Dante's Inferno, which got a 6.5. So
that's crazy.
that is
Yeah,
crazy.
think about that. Just let
Yeah.
that sink in.
Our
Yeah.
priorities are way off.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Did Love on a Leash
That's number
have
one.
a higher score than Cash Star? Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yep.
that YouTuber or whatever
Yeah.
propagated
Wallet
it.
stuffing.
I'm probably going to pick something with aliens
Oh.
that,
I
do a
swear,
drug.
if you
Oh.
So, so stay tuned for that.
Oh.
But I've been Mike.
I'm Adam.
I'm Ivy.
and I'm Vin.
And thank you for watching To Be Decided.
In the Void.
Yeah! Got my popcorn for the show, it's Tubi time. Cheesy sci-fi flicks and every weird rhyme. Aliens and spaceships made of tinfoil dreams in a cardboard universe where nothing's as it seems. Yeah, as it seems. They got ray guns blasting in a paper sky. Cheap effects, but fun enough to fill your eye. Plot holes deeper than a crater on the moon, but I'm hooked like fish to a melody and tune.